Good morning, Yankee Nation, Yankee fans, Yankee Mania fans. How is everybody doing? You know, that the stream that I did last night, I am so happy I did that because I felt so much better. That we and you guys were tremendous. It was so nice to get out and talk about everything going on, everything in the good time that you had with the family, the friends, what you had as a barbecue. We had new people coming into the stream. I thought that was excellent. And you know what? I'm going to be doing that once a week with you guys, and we air out the week. More than likely. So we did it last night on a Friday night. I think that's what we're going to do. Regardless if the Yankees gave us a stretchful week or if they gave us a great week. Not only do we talk about, the Yankees, but we'll talk about everything going on in daily lives and having fun and what movie you're looking at. And just overall, we might have had a bad week. I might have had a bad week. And I want to come out and not just talk about the Yankees, but life in general. And I'm telling you guys, that really, really helped me. I had a pretty good night's sleep, got everything off our chest. It was really, really a lot of fun. And thank you. And also, I want to thank everyone that subscribed. We are now over 200 subs. And our next goal, of course, 250 and 300. And if we keep this up, as we keep this up, there's a lot more going on. If you missed the show last night, everyone, by all means, it's on NY Yankee Mania. Go take a look. Go take a listen. It was a lot of fun, and I thanked everybody for coming on. Chris the Flash, that was awesome of you to come on. Jonathan was on. Merck was on. There was so many people that were on. Ken was on. Ken will be joining us at 9 a.m. This morning. CT Cards will be joining us for the pregame a little bit later on, and so we have a lot going. I'm really excited about it. Also, don't forget tomorrow morning at 10:45, our live stream with TJ of Total Turnbuckle Talk. We'll be talking about the latest Raw, the latest SmackDown. A lot of news coming out of the WWE, new people coming in, people leaving, there's a lot going on in the world of professional wrestling. So by all means, don't forget that. You could go there now and see a lot of short videos. And we have been on this will be our third week. So I urge everyone, go there, subscribe, of course, for free. Take a look at the videos. The likes have been really good. And all of the views have been really nice. So I can't thank you guys enough. I want to say hello to FG. How you doing? Real Bill, how's everything doing? How's your wife? How are you feeling? Merck, how are you? Let's see, 99 over 22. How you doing? How's it going? So just the CT Cards, how you doing? So just to name a few. Before we move on with the show, a fast recap of last night's scoreboard. The Red Sox beat the Nationals 11-2. The Reds beat the Phillies 9-6. The Cubs beat the Cardinals 11-3. The Twins beat the Rays 4-3. The Mariners shut out the Pirates 6-0. The Padres in 10 innings beat the Texas Rangers 3-2. The Blue Jays squeaked by the LA Angels 4-3 in 10. The Detroit Tigers beat the Guardians 2-1. The Brewers beat the Marlins 6-5. The Orioles beat the Atlanta Braves 3-2. The White Sox, they are rolling a little bit. They beat the Colorado Rockies 3-2. The Houston Astros over the Dodgers 18-1. You heard that right, 18-1. Kansas City 9, the Arizona Diamondbacks 3, and the Athletics 11, the Giants 2. So that is your scoreboard for 4th of July. Now, with any further ado, we're going to bring in Jonathan. Jonathan back on the scene here. Jonathan, good morning. And how is your holiday weekend going?
It's very slow. It's just chilling out mostly. Might go
Well,
out later.
aren't you enjoying the time off and all?
I always enjoy the time off.
Oh, okay. um, all right, let's start out. Unfortunately, we got to after feeling great last night, we got to come back and we got to talk about the disappointing New York Yankees. So, uh, let's start with the positives first. Mr. You know who in left field, he's got to play every day. I think we're in agreement about that.
Dominguez needs to play every day. Dominguez is and I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. Dominguez is the left fielder. This is also another problem the Yankees have. The Yankees hype up their prospects so much, and when it's time to use them in the game, they let them rot on the bench.
Yep.
And that's the problem. If I was a prospect choosing and making this decision similar to Roki Sasaki's, it's possible that Roki Sasaki may have seen what's going on with the Yankees minor league system and they're saying, like, if I don't do well, I don't want to not play. So the way they treat their young prospects is almost a deterrent of other potential players coming here.
No, I agree with you, Jonathan. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I don't like the way they treat a lot of people. They were saying George Steinbrenner was bad, but this regime, nice and quiet, is just wrecking this team. We have so many holes. And all right, listen, every team has injuries, every team. So we can't just say always me, always me. No, because we don't have the firepower to back that up. And they have nobody but to blame but themselves. Nobody.
Well, if George Steinbrenner was here, this would have been fixed up 3 years ago.
Yeah. It would have been more.
They wouldn't have gone 2 years without a left fielder. They would have had a better bench this year. They would have fixed a lot of stuff.
And then, some people are saying, well, it's a different era with spending money. Baloney. George couldn't care less. The money that they're raking in, he would be spending and spending and spending. The Dodgers wouldn't even come close, I'm telling you.
Well, the one difference that George understood that today's Yankees don't understand is if you want to make more money, you have to win. Winning brings in more money than losing.
Yep, without a doubt. You might notice on the screen, everyone, on the bottom, we have scrolling deadline trade talk Wednesday, July 16th at 8 p.m. Please don't forget that. It's going to be a really, really great roundtable discussion on possible Yankee trades. Who knows, maybe by then they would have made a trade or two. But also, the nice thing about it is you, the fans, are going to get involved. I'm going to bring up one by one some people that would like to come on and ask a question or two. Or maybe you have your own trade ideas. We'd love to hear it. That's what we're going to do. So also, you can email us and let me know how I can get in touch with you, and we'll get in touch with you the night of the stream, and we'll talk about it. And it comes at a perfect time. The All-Star game will be done. The Home Run Derby will be done, and then Wednesday night we're free and clear to have a really nice roundtable stream. So really looking forward to that. Of course, press the like button and subscribe. We really appreciate it. We hit that milestone last night. Thank you so much. And now we're going to go to the next milestone, which is 250 subs to 300.
On
And
that on that subject, on that
yeah,
subject, there's one thing I would like baseball to change, and uh, I would push back the trade deadline to August 15th, like it used to be. I think with the expanded play, ever since they expanded the playoffs, they needed the extra time to, and an additional 2 weeks for trade deadline. It
yep,
makes more sense
it
because
does make more
what
sense.
happened at July 31st can be very different than what happened in August 15th, and the trades could be very different.
I also would like what I would really love to see. Two things actually: get rid of this will be in the new bargaining. Get rid of the phantom runner and
Yes,
add one more player. But it's got to be a hitter. One more player to the bench, so we go from 26 to 27,
why don't
and
you
then
just
and
have
then
28 throughout the whole season?
we could do that, and then there'll be no call ups in September, or at least one call up. That's it. You're the one that's the most. But you got to change it. You got to change this for the better, not for the worse at all. And I think for the better, another player would be outstanding, and get rid of the phantom umpire runner. That's ridiculous now. Makes no sense. And yeah, I mean, obviously, Jonathan, you do agree. Uh,
If they continue to keep the Phantom Runner, I would start it in the 12th inning.
okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Or the 11th, 12th inning, maybe pushing, maybe the 11th, something like that. But it's not really fair to the major closers. I mean, that they lose. They'll lose the game because they got a big head start. The other team. It's not right. You got to earn to win the game. Why don't you just put the guy on third base and they hit a little ground ball and it's over? That's ridiculous. I never heard of such a thing. And if it's so good, why aren't they using it in the playoffs? It makes no sense. Either you do it or you don't. What does half backside mean? It means nothing. Hockey does shootouts, but they won't do it in the playoffs. I mean, you're going to be consistent. Be consistent.
Yeah. But hockey also gives you 5 minutes to try to win the game
Yeah,
without before the
very
shootout.
good point. Yes, excellent point. They give you 5 minutes, so give us an inning or two. But not that you go there, you struggle to get to the extra innings, and the road team right away, boom, before you know it. What strategy is that? What strategy is that?
So if you're using the hockey analogy, you give them an extra 2 innings to play, and then start the ghost runner in the 12th.
Fine. That's fine with me. But I mean, to keep doing this is ridiculous. And I'll tell you, you know how many more losses Mariano Rivera or less saves he would have had? You're taking away from. I mean, I'm not. Listen, maybe you could have gotten everybody out, but the odds are that they're going to hit a ground ball. They're going to move the guy to third base, and the next guy, I bet you one out of four times,
Well,
he'll give up a run. The Yankees don't score, and he's got another loss under his belt.
well,
That's ridiculous.
well, one thing you could say is with these rules, Mariano's save record will never be broken.
Oh, never. It won't even. It won't even come as an.
I don't even think anybody will get 50 saves in the season again with these rules.
Right, and they won't even come close to Glenn Hoffman or somebody like that. Trevor Hoffman. I'm thinking of the other guy, but I mean it's so crazy. It really is. Let's see what the chat is saying. Real Bill, the Dodgers got their butts kicked yesterday. Wow, 18-1. Yeah, I'm not crying over that, Real Bill. That's fine with me. Clark Smith walk at least one and give up a home run to the next batter. Yeah, he was doing that, but we don't have to worry about Clark Smith because I have a feeling he's out for the year. I really do. I don't think
Yeah,
he's coming
I
back.
I agree with that. I think Schmidt. If Schmidt is, I don't think we will see Schmidt again unless it looks better than it actually sounds.
Real Bill says we need 7 quality innings out of Rodon today. 7 innings, 11 Ks, 2 walks, and 1 hit batsman. Okay, well you got to contain Juan Soto. That's the main thing. He's on fire right now. You can't pitch to him. He's hitting everything, and he's hitting everything with authority, and that's a big a big deal that we have to shut down. So hopefully, with the 2 lefties that we're going to throw at them, that will definitely help out. I was thinking of something. I was thinking about Pete Alonso. And if you really think about it, I mean, I think he's going to walk away from the Mets because he got so lowballed. But you know what a perfect team would be. Can you imagine seeing him at Fenway Park?
Fenway Park.
And either he be the DH because Tristan will be back next year, and either he be the DH or they share first base. And with the shots that he hits, the Green Monster won't have a chance. That thing is going to fall down the way he hits the ball. I mean, that's like saying having Aaron Judge in Fenway Park.
Well,
But
he's
I'll tell you the truth. The early odds-on favorite, I would say, and the Red Sox are going to have a lot of money in the winter. They have a lot of money now. They can do whatever they want. They got added that $300 million thing from Devers. So I mean, they can do whatever they please right now. So it's scary. They're staying close. You want them to be like 10, 11 games out,
the,
not
que-
5 or 6.
the question is where would Pete Alonso play?
I would say he would be the first baseman or the third or the DH.
Do you think if they have a chance to sign Tucker, they'll sign Tucker instead?
They might. They might. They definitely might. Um, Tucker, I was reading an article again from NJ.com this morning, and they said the Yankees have a lot of decent decisions to make on the outfield next year. But it's funny. I mean, we're talking about next year. We're still into this year with about 70 games to go. We haven't even gotten close. We're not even close to the trade deadline, and everybody's worried about next year. Let's calm it down.
Well,
Let's worry about now.
the
Let's
only
worry
reason
about winning another game.
the only reason why people are thinking about next year is because the last month has been very bad for the Yankees.
What? I'm
The
sorry.
last month, the Yankees had played very poorly. They lost first place. They were in first place by 7 games, and they lost it over the course of a month.
You go. Merck says, "Are you guys in favor of morning show, or would you guys be interested in a night stream?" Okay, there, Merck. Uh, Go ahead. It's out there.
No coffee in the night.
No coffee and bagels. Score probably laughing at us right now. I don't think so. I mean, listen. The bottom line is that we got to win the first game. Let's win the first game and then go from there. Our house right now is so in disarray. We don't know. I mean, the only thing that we know right now is that Aaron Judge is going to be in the lineup. Anthony Volpe more than likely in the lineup. Dominguez in the lineup. I don't know anything else. I don't know, and two starting pitchers. After that, I am totally. I don't know what's in the bullpen anymore. I don't know what we could rely on. What is going on, Jonathan? I don't know. I did they rush Weaver? Did they not rush Weaver?
I don't know. I don't know whether they rushed him or not, but by the way he's throwing, it looks like he may have needed another week to rehab.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But
I don't know.
I think Look, I think they have a few pitchers in the minors they can call. They can call up later this year for the bullpen.
Yeah. FJ says the Yankees will need a first baseman and a third baseman next season, unless they get somebody now. Unless they get somebody now that will stay a couple of years.
Wow.
99 is going on. I mean, it's hard to think they're going to win these two games solely because of their bullpen. Well, the only thing you really have to rely on is Loizaga, and hopefully Williams will have it. Hopefully, because I don't know what's going on with Weaver. Is he hurt? Is he, what is going on with that guy? We don't know. Graham goes, Weaver is like Hill. The Blake Yoda dust has worn off. Not surprising, really. Yeah, I mean, which Weaver do we have? Do we have the one that stunk with them? Wasn't that great with the Mariners, and we picked up and he became Prince Charming, or is he good and it's still in there, but because of the injury threw him off big time? And did they rush him? That's what I'd like to know. That's the thing. Yankees unloaded suggested the Yankees are phasing Volpe out. Well, first of all, how do you make a determination like that? Because they pinched hit for him. Everybody in baseball gets pinch hit one way or the other. I mean, I'm not going to disagree, and I'm not going to agree to that because one at bat. You're phasing him out. You don't play him every day.
I think the Yankees will give Volpe one more year to prove he can play in the major leagues.
I don't think he's going to be playing full 160. If he ends up like this, I think the leash is going to be short, Jonathan.
I think they're waiting for Lombard. He's probably going to be ready next year. So until Lombard is ready, Volpe's job is safe.
Ultra Cowboy, welcome to the stream, big guy. How you doing? If you're a Cowboy fan, well, you're in luck because I love the Cowboys. So we definitely have something in common. Thank you so much for coming. Press the like button and subscribe. We're on every morning. And also today we will be doing a pregame at, I would say, about 2 o'clock. And then we're going to go to Ken the Ugly Truth's channel to listen to and watch the we'll listen to the play-by-play. But Ken is going to be coming on in just a little bit, and he'll talk about, because we have a lot of new people in here. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's see. If we continue to play Volpe and continues like this, we won't make the playoffs. What do you think of that, Jonathan?
Well, I might agree with that because the Yankees have already this year had probably lost. How many games have they lost when they're leading after the seventh inning? Probably maybe 6 or 7 at least.
Mm-hmm. And also, well, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So when you lose 7 games, you could have won. It doesn't give you very high hopes for the end of the season when everybody's tired.
Rob Saxon, good morning, man. I hope your holiday weekend's going great. I lost my positivity years ago. Well, listen, the one thing that you can't say no to is they're in the playoffs almost just about every year. The problem is last year they finally took that leap, but it wasn't good. It wasn't enough. Rob says, as long as Cashman is the GM, I'm not positive. That's how he feels.
I do agree with that. I honestly, I would promote. I would get rid of Randy Levine. I would put Cashman in that place, and I would find a different GM.
Yeah. Ultra Cowboy says, time to let Dominguez be your leadoff hitter. Yeah. Agree with you 1,000,000%. I don't even have to go on. Also, they need to keep Bellinger. Yeah, especially if they're not going to bring up Spencer Jones for next year, and they're not going to sign Tucker. You have to keep Bellinger, and he has the player option. I can't see him going on the open market. I really don't. He waited all his life to become a Yankee. His father, his parents want him here. His family wants him here. He's not. Believe me, he's not going anywhere.
Well, I would love Spencer Jones to come up in July, in August, after the trade deadline. I would love to see Spencer Jones.
Yeah, yeah. JT, hey JT, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Hope all is well. If you're new, thank you. How you found out about the show? Please subscribe and also press the like button, and you'll never miss any notifications or anything on the stream. Let's see what he has to say. This team is out of touch with reality, and they're so blinded to it, and it's killing them. The rest of the league knows it, and the arrogance is blinding them. Good point, JT. Very, very good point. Thank you for that. And thank you for coming on the stream. And hopefully you'll be here for a very long time. I really appreciate it. What do you think of that statement? You think the team is out of is their reality? They're out of it? They're blinded by it?
I think sometimes I think that sometimes maybe either the analytics are reading them wrong or they're refusing to change with the times. But I agree they are acting a bit arrogant when they don't make changes.
Okay.
For example, I think they could have traded Torres last year and tried to start rebuilding. And yes, Torres had a good World Series, but still, even though Torres said he loved playing in New York, he never acted like it. He always acted, when he was playing, he acted so lazy and not running the first base. I mean, he made so many dumb mistakes that even though you're in New York and you're expected to win, you still have to have a calm head.
I like this from D-Train. Boone said we are the best team in the American League. They're living in La La Land.
Boone is,
I like that.
Boone is a paid puppet. You expect him to say things like that.
Merck says the team would never rebuild. Sorry to tell you.
Well, if you don't try to improve your team, you're not going to get better.
Mm-hmm. Graham says, "What arrogance? Is the arrogance not more from the fans and not like many times in the past? We have slumped. Fans are not liking the heat over the fan base that they're given over the team. Actually, yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. Real Bill. I've been a Bills fan since the 70s. Jim Braxton was a friend, and he blocked for OJ. Cool. Very cool.
Third base is a real problem.
2026, according to Cowboy, Wells, Bellinger, Chisholm, Lombard Jr., Dominguez, Judge, Spencer, Jones, and Rice. Most of that is right. I don't know if Lombard will be at third base next year. Ultra, I'm the Yankees, like I always say on the show, they have like 9 boxes to fill. He doesn't fill 9 boxes yet. And that's the problem with the young Yankee. They have to fill every box for Cashman to bring him up. That wouldn't be a bad team, but I'm not sure. I don't know if they're really sold on Wells as catcher. We don't know.
No,
we don't.
No.
How about you? Are you sold on that?
No, I think I would have preferred to keep Narvaez instead of trade him to the Red Sox. I think he was a better defensive catcher with potential offensive.
Well, I think as the years start perking for Giancarlo Stanton, I think more and more he's going to be a little bit more on the bench, especially the regular season, because the Yankees have to get a player that could move into that position down the line.
Well, after this year, Stanton has only 2 more years.
Right.
So we're probably and DJ I think also has 2 more years. So
correct.
In the next 2 years, 2 of our biggest contracts are basically part-time players are not going to be there.
Ultra says Volpe, utility player or traded?
I'm not sure if Volpe is a starting shortstop. He's never proven it.
Well, they sure treat him like that.
Well, that's wrong when your team may like a player as much as they want, but if he didn't show you on the field and he keeps making mistakes that cost you games, you have to move on. You have to make different choices, or you're just gonna I don't know. You're just gonna be a mediocre player with hope instead of. I don't. I think next year is the Yankees are gonna give Volpe 1 more year. If he cannot improve by the end of next year, he shouldn't be in the starting rotation. He might even get traded.
I semi-agree, but I don't think I think if he shows nothing the rest of the year, I just can't see them bringing him back. Maybe I don't know, another position. But anyway, Jonathan, some final thoughts as we move into our next hour.
I didn't even check the starting pitchers today, but.
It's Rondon for the Yankees.
Rondon. Well, I'm hoping that the Yankees can get Rodon. The offense can do the same as it did yesterday and Rodon can just keep them in the game. Because the starting pitching is not the problem, the bullpen is the problem. So, they just have to be careful with Soto. Mostly, I think Soto is the one guy that I'm most concerned about.
Right, and I think it's Rondon against Montas, so hopefully the Yankees will get the better of that. But Jonathan, I appreciate you coming on as always, and maybe we'll see you pregame and postgame for later on.
Yeah,
and we'll talk to you later. And you have a great day. Thank you for your input. Any trade news or something, please come back. Thank you.
Well, I think we already talked about it earlier. The Yankees made a small move.
It's just another one of the. It's not going to move the needle, that's for
sure.
But
in terms of big trades, I think you're going to have to wait 3 weeks at least.
More than likely. Well, thanks, Jonathan. Appreciate your input always.
Thank you.
You have a great day, you and the family. Take care. Thank you. All right. So, everyone, before we bring in Ken the Ugly Truth, I just want to go over a couple of things. Remember, press the like button. Also, please don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. And I know we have quite a few new people here, and thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate it. I'm so happy that we had that stream late last night. That was a lot of fun. To get a little stress out, not to talk about the Yankees, but everything involved. So that was great, and I really appreciate it. Now, with any further ado, we're going to bring in Ken from The Ugly Truth, who's going to call today's action, and he's going to talk a little bit about it. Ken, good morning. How's your 4th of July weekend?
Well, today is crap.
Why?
I was walking back from my shop, and I tripped. And I broke my favorite coffee cup and spilled coffee all over it from my freaking belly down.
You know what that means? Company's coming. Company's coming. And it might be a Yankee win. As long as you're okay. That's the main thing.
Company's coming. Well, hell, they were here yesterday and ate me out of house and home damn near with the barbecue.
No wonder why you went for that a little while ago. I want to say hello and a happy holiday weekend to Jason, 161 River Avenue. How you doing, big guy? I hope you had a great, nice, calm day with your beautiful girls and your wife and your family. I hope you had a great time. And anytime you want to pop on the show, you can come on anytime you like, please. Ken, talk about today's game. Talk about what you're doing and what's going on. Take it away.
Well, I have a play-by-play at 4:00. I'll be calling the game 2 of the series. As far as the matchup, the pitching matchup favors us today. Montas is coming off the IL. The long and short, he hasn't been a great pitcher in a while. He goes in short spurts, and he's the type of guy that the Yankees lineup could definitely victimize. Rodon has had short stops or outings in his last couple of starts. I'm hoping that he pulls at least 7 because going to the bullpen, the circle of trust is damn near non-existent. I'm not sure where you go. Leiter has been used like no tomorrow. We're wearing that kid out without a doubt. Weaver, personally, my gut instinct is Weaver is still injured. He came back early to show the world that he's capable of handling pressure. Didn't want to be on the IL for an extended period of time. Long and short, at the end of the season, he's a free agent. I think the coming back is too early is going to hurt his value. He's only on a $2.5 million contract this year and is looking to make real money.
Mm-hmm.
But with these performances, I think it's costing him money. And the reason that I say that he's injured, his velocity is still there, but he seems like he's not driving pitches with his legs. He's not consistently hitting any particular zone. And the stuff he's getting over is breaking stuff, and a lot of it is right down the middle of the plate, and other teams are hammering it.
Jake goes 99. I fully agree with you. In reality, Rendon needs to go 9 innings today, man. They have no one in that bullpen. No one. Can he go 9? I don't know if they'll allow that.
It's not happening.
I mean, the one guy that I do trust right now, I would have to say it's Loizaga. Weaver, right now, I am not trusting whatsoever. Absolutely not. And Williams, okay, he had a little shaky, but I think you could still kind of trust him.
Williams
if Loizaga doesn't do well, we are in sad shape, guys. We are in big trouble. But like you said, Ken, the pitching matchup favors us. But who knows? Baseball.
Frankly, the Mets are a great home team. They're now 31-13, winning a little over 70% of their games at home. So don't take that for granted.
I know.
We've been on a road for a while and 0-5 now on our current road trips. Think we need to get out of our heads. I sitting back reading the narrative on players. There's a lot of blame going to Volpe. Volpe is not the reason why we've been losing. The reason why we've been losing is the bullpen. The bullpen has not done well over the last 5 games whatsoever. Yesterday we had 3 relievers come in. The only reliever that pitched a clean inning was Scott Efros, and he's a guy who hasn't been pitching a lot, so he's not worn out.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, the thing with Volpe though that is kind of crazy, and we've talked about it, is the fact that he comes up every time in a major crucial situation, and most of the time he does not come through, and I think they're disgusted with it. Plus, he makes an error sometimes. He doesn't. He's not using his nugget a lot of the time. Throwing the ball, doesn't know when to hold it. As Kenny Rogers would say, you got to know when to hold it, when to fold it, and he doesn't do that very, very wisely. And I think that's why the fans are a little bit down on Volpe. Maybe what it'll take is a big week, 9 RBIs in a week, and everybody will change their tune. But right now they're picking up everything because the Yankees can't win a game. They can't win a game.
But if you sit and look, we've been over the last 4-5 games that we've lost, we've been in a position to win damn near all of them. Some key situational hits. I mean, you want to start throwing rocks, you put Judge in the 9th inning, one of two things is happening. In a key situation, they're either intentionally walking him or he's striking out. Judge has left a small village on the bases himself in late innings. It's great to hit a home run in the first. How about a solid base hit in the 9th when we got runners in scoring position? Volpe is not the only one that is contributing to that. Yesterday's lineup, I actually liked.
Me too.
You had protection for Judge in front of him and behind him, and it worked out well.
Mm-hmm.
Am I saying Dominguez is the permanent leadoff hitter? Honestly, I don't know. My deal with Dominguez being the leadoff hitter is he brings so much to the table with his speed.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're hitting in front of Judge, you're not stealing.
Right.
So, do we want to put him there? I mean, me personally, I'd much rather have him hitting directly behind Judge.
Yep, I agree. Felix says, I feel like we ought to give Volpe one more year. Are we really going to cut bait at 2.5 years in? I just think it's a mixture of things, Felix. Like I said, people, I mean, he's left 55 people on the base pads. He's made crucial errors. He's always up in the crucial. He never has, very rare, has a count in his favor. This is why the people are getting upset. I mean, obviously, otherwise they're just not picking out. Oh, let's rank on Volpe. They're ranking on Volpe because he's not doing anything when he really, really needs to. And then you can rank on Wells too. You can rank on Wells.
I was about to say Volpe's taking a lot of heat, but you look at what Wells is doing. He's doing less than Volpe.
Yeah,
and he's hitting directly behind him.
And you have 2 outs. Do you agree with this with D-Train? Volpe can't hit a fastball?
Partially. I think Volpe has issues hitting fastballs that are up in the zone.
Right.
If you drop it inside, middle, in, and low, he's on top of it. But if you've noticed, the pitchers are pitching him fastball up and away, and he's either fouling it off or just straight missing it.
Jake has a point. People are not expecting him to be amazing, but can he at least hit 250 for God's sakes? He's a better hitter than some of the backup players, obviously. I mean, he should be batting 250, really. I mean, that's the least that could be done, in my opinion, too. I agree with you, Jake. How about you, Ken? Do you agree that he should be? We're not asking for too much. 250 is 250.
You know the interesting thing? At the beginning of the season, what people were concerned about, and everyone said, if Volpe's OPS is in the 700s, We're fine with that. Guess what? His OPS is in the 700s.
Yeah, well,
Make
Felix
up your mind. What do you want him to be? He
Right.
started his first season as a rookie. He was banging home runs. Batting average was what, 209, something like that. It was low.
Mm-hmm.
So next year, we want him to be more of a contact hitter. Put the ball in play. Average went up, 38 points. Power numbers were drastically down. This year, no, I'm not wrong, 99. This year, you got a guy who is driven in he's second most runs on the team. He leads Major League Baseball for shortstops and extra base hits.
Well,
okay, his OPS dropped probably because of yesterday's performance, 695. Before yesterday's game, he was like 717.
Felix goes, I get it, Joe. Truly, I do. But he's only 24. Just seems like a waste with so much youth and talent.
And, frankly, Yankee fans are brutal. Consistently, they look for a person to hate. They're the reason that we're losing. Who was it last year? Who was it last year? Oh, it was DJ. Who was it the year before that? Oh, let's see.
IKF.
2 years ago, IKF.
I want to pose a question to 99. 99, and we care a lot about you here. When were you satisfied with the Yankees? How were you last year when they were striving to the World Series? I'd just like to know what would make. I mean, obviously, what would make you happy is the Yankees win a game. But what is it? I mean, are you for Judge? Are you against Judge? Are you for? What are you looking for? What are you looking for from the team?
From what I've read, he wants DJ DFA'd. He wants Stanton DFA'd or traded, one of the two. Now it's Volpe traded or DFA'd. I mean, you can't DFA the whole damn team. Simple fact of life.
Right.
And you want Volpe on the bench? Fine. Put him on the bench. Who are you going to replace him with? And if you say Oswald Peraza, that's a big freaking joke.
He says bring up Vivas and trade for IKF.
Vivas is not a shortstop. IKF is not a shortstop.
Another new streamer. Thank you this morning. Archie Light 44. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. Weaver looks like he's throwing with a dead arm and running on fumes. Let's all pretend he's fine because Cashman and Boone say so. Maybe they're watching a different game than we are. So now he's saying, no, there was another one here that I wanted. Something that she said, what? She said have been DFA. Who are you talking about, 99? Is a she?
It's probably DJ. It's probably DJ.
Oh, no, she should have been DFA'd. Who's a she?
It's a correction. It says he.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
The next line right below it.
Oh, got it. Sorry about that, 99. All right. Let's see. Graham says, we don't have a shortstop even in the farm to replace Volpe. Yeah, because they draft all catches. Catches. Enough with that. Can we go to another position? Let's go to an infielder. Let's go get an outfielder. Let's do something. If they get another catcher, they're going to explode with these catches, and they're going to field every other team but us. What the heck? 99 says DJ is horrible. He's holding his own, though. I mean, listen, you got to give him a little bit of credit. He came from so many disasters and injuries. He could have just packed himself up and said, hey, you know what? I can sit home and collect my money. He didn't do that. And kudos to him. I mean, you may want him to stay home, but no, he's trying his best. And I can't fault him for trying as much as he can. I give him props because he did not give up. There are a lot of players, there are a lot of people that would say, hey, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to stay home. I'll collect my millions. He didn't do that. So you know what? We got to rah-rah him a little bit. Give the man a little credit, just a little. We have another new streamer here.
Joseph Polster. Yeah, I was about to say, welcome to the stream, brother.
Hey, boys, does Volpe always bat seventh? I'd like him to bat ninth as possible, run a little bit more. Yes, I agree with you, Joe. Hey, Joe, stick together, baby. No, I agree with you. Eighth and ninth is awesome. Eighth and ninth is awesome. So I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I know we all like it. I
don't care where you bat Volpe. Volpe is a bullet magnet for situational hitting. If he's hitting first, there are runners on. He has to produce. If he's hitting fifth, there are runners on. He has to produce. If he's hitting seventh, there are runners on. He has to produce. Hits ninth, there are going to be runners on, and he'll have to produce.
Okay. What's going on with this team not stealing anymore?
Dominguez stole yesterday.
Yep. He's been stealing. He's like the only one.
He's got like 15 steals on the season so far.
He's starting to be.
So 99, Escara is better Uber driver. Escara's not up there. Who's in the major league line? Is your preference Wells as the primary catcher or backup catcher?
Yeah, it's okay. Let's try Felix. This team was getting the opportunity to hit early in the season. How do we revert back to home run or nothing again?
Well, Leopard can't change its spots. The mentality on the team is go for the gusto. It's how it's been for 15 years.
Oh, you're right.
One of the earlier comments before I jumped on the stream that made me laugh is Yankee fans tend to romanticize things. If George was alive and he was in control of the team, he would not tolerate this losing. He would not tolerate a droughtless World Series thing. I guess they weren't alive from 82 to 95, 14 years that George was in charge, and we barely made postseason appearances, much more or less a World Series. That was 14 years. You remember living through those garbage teams? The only highlight we had was Don Mattingly. Past that, nothing. Couldn't buy a pitcher if our life depended on it.
Oh yeah, they made some terrible decisions with pitching. That's for sure. I mean, Doug Drabeck left. This one left. Everybody left. It was a joke. And the people they were getting were really bad.
And they were out of their prime. They had notoriety and names, but they were cooked by the time we signed them. And they showed up in the Bronx, and they stunk.
Well, Jake says, I wasn't alive for George, but everyone says he has the winning mentality that Hal doesn't. I don't think that Hal doesn't have a winning. He takes this as bad as we do, but there's only so much. When you have that payroll, again, it comes down to payroll. You've got to understand, yes, if they made bad decisions, they made bad decisions. But you can't just keep adding and adding and adding. I don't care if they're worth according to
Sure.
Forbes, $12 billion. It doesn't work that way.
Sure, 99, shoot away. Ask any question that you want, brother. Appreciate it. So let it rip.
Who's this? I'm sorry.
98, 99 has a tab up there. It says, can I ask you something? I said, sure.
Okay. Let's see. Oh,
The old ways aren't necessarily better.
How come the Yankee fans?
Because that's the nature of Yankee fans. You have to have a fall guy for the reason that something is going left. And I will tell you what, Williams has held his own. He had a hiccup was in Toronto. Toronto's a great hitting team, and I'm going to tell you what, Toronto's approach to hitting is fantastic. Most of their batters actually have a two-strike approach. If you noticed, we had Rodon, high strikeout pitcher. What do you have? 4 strikeouts. You had Fried, mid-range strikeout pitcher. He had 1 strikeout. Williams relies on a changeup. Guess what? They ain't swinging at it. So Williams has to bring a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and guess what? They love the fastball. Williams should not be taking heat for Weaver. Weaver is his own independent pitcher, and he has been stinking since his return. Like I said, I think that he is a injured player the way he's pitching. He has less than no control on any fastball that he's throwing. If you actually track his pitches like I do, you're going to find that his quadrant for the fastball is high and outside or down low and inside. He hasn't got a feel for it. So then he's relying on that junk ball stuff, and people are sitting. It's coming in slow, cement mixers right across the heart of the plate, and they are killing it. I mean, he's given up, 5 home runs in his last 4 appearances? And my personal gut instinct, if we were to sign one of the two in free agency, I would prefer to sign Williams as opposed to Weaver. Williams has a track record of being one of the best closers in baseball. His start here was rocky. A lot of fans turned on him right off the bat, but he has a track record of winning.
Yeah, totally agree with you on that.
You have Weaver's track record of being a closer is half of 1 season.
Yep.
Plus, Weaver is older.
Yep. Weaver gives up hard contact.
He has been. It started in the Rockies series when he gave up that 2-run bomb.
Yep, I agree. Totally agree. Joseph says I agree. Williams or Helsley? I guess from the Cardinals.
Cardinals, yeah. I'll tell you what. In the off season, there are like 8 closers that are going to be on the market, or closer types, high leverage people. So the Yankees, if we choose to actually spend money, could bring in a new back end. 99, Fernando Cruz is a fantastic pitcher. Him going down was bad, and I think Yuri De Los Santos, the way he was eating innings, is bad because we don't have that. I mean, are we going to rely on what? Brubaker? Brubaker's off the IL for the first time in 2 years and not great. Beater made his first major league appearance.
He was awful.
And he wasn't sharp. There is truly not a corner to turn to out of our bullpen right now.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people on for the closer of the Nationals. I guarantee you the Mets will probably jump on that. A lot of teams, the Yankees, they're more than likely going to take a huge haul to get him. He's very good.
99, Ian Hamilton hangs pitches, but his problem is last year his slurve was the go-to pitch. This year, that thing is so far outside, or it's a cement mixer down the heart of the plate. That's why he's walking so many people right off the bat, because he's trying to play tricky, cutesy with that pitch that he doesn't have control. If I was Matt Blake, I would tell him, forget about the damn slurve. It doesn't work. It's a horrible pitch, and you're not doing anything with it. Rely on what you can throw.
Graham says you watch Leiter Jr. going on the IL soon, as he's going to be burnt out.
Yeah.
It's possible. D-Train, injuries in our bullpen are catching up to us. Definitely the reason why we're blowing so many late inning leads. Totally agree with you.
I'm telling you, the bullpen is in trouble, and Clark Schmidt going down. I have the gut feeling that Schmidt is going to be a Tommy John candidate. So come the trade deadline, what I think that'll force us into trying to acquire a starting pitcher. And in my personal opinion, we need 3 bullpen arms, leverage bullpen arms. What bullets we have to trade for that, it's hard to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely no question about it. A little program note. We will be back for the pregame today at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. right here on NY Yankee Mania. And then right after that, we get ready for Ken from The Ugly Truth. He's going to call today's Yankee Met game on the Ugly Truth channel. And then we're going to come back with a post game we're going to come back at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. for the post game. And we'll go over everything happened in the world of baseball tonight at 8 p.m. Ken?
Well, look forward to calling another game. Hopefully it'll be a good one. And we break this 5-game losing skid.
Let's see. Freddie and Mikos can give innings, but a pitching god. Oh, yeah, no, I don't want any one of those two. I do not trust them at all. You want to talk about trust? They are horrible this year, as you know. They forget it. I don't even want to hear that. Let's see what we got here. Okay, what you guys make of Soto's season so far post Yankees?
You know what, Felix? Every player who transitions to another team has an adjustment period. Soto was going to be no different. He came in to the Yankees from the Padres and was extremely hot. That was an exception, I think, to the rule. I think when it's all said and done, Soto will play to the numbers that are on the back of his baseball card. He is who he is. He is heating up now and is going to make up for the lull that he had in the first 6 weeks of the season. He is a fantastic offensive player. His defense still stinks. I don't care what anybody says. He is a below zone right fielder. And one of the attributes that everyone always calls Soto is a 5-tool player. Well, one of those 5 tools is being a defensive player, and I don't think he has it.
Might be a full 4th tool play. Maybe not 5, but maybe a 4. I mean that's what I would say. Maybe 4. But yeah, hey, listen, you just got to keep hopping. You got to keep playing this, and let's hope this afternoon, guys.
To answer Graham's question, would the Snakes package Suarez, Gallen, or Kelly? Yes, they would. But what it would cost, they're looking at their next year roster. They're going to want a first baseman. Whether that's T.J. Rumsfeld, who in all appearances to me is major league ready, and they're going to want some arms because in their farm system, they are light in starting pitching. Do we have assets that we could trade? Sure. Fans may not like it, And the thing that we're looking at is with Suarez, Gallen, and Kelly, they are all rentals. They'll all be free agents at the end of the season. I would love to actually see Suarez in pinstripes as a longer-term third baseman.
Without a doubt.
Gallen, I would not trade for. He has not been off, or he's been off ever since the Yankee series against us. Kelly, wouldn't have an issue trading for him. Duran is a high caliber pitcher. Bullpen, one of the better closers in the American League. He's got years of controllability. So if I was to make a move, I would probably want to make a move for him, which would alleviate some problems at the in the postseason when we're looking to put butts in seats.
Yeah, Evan, that you're absolutely right. We would probably have to give up a lot for him, and if we have him for a couple of years, it might be worth it. He's a darn good hitter and a pretty good solid third baseman. So I would think that would that might work. Graham even packaged Duran and Castro from the Twins.
Yeah.
That is definitely another possibility.
Well,
yes.
a Castro in the package puts Jazz back at second base, which is where I've advocated for him to play the whole season.
It makes the infield that much better.
I love seeing the double play combination with him and Volpe. Jazz's quick release and his range are incredible. The Yankees have tried to rely on DJ as an everyday player, and frankly, he's past those days. The more that we put him out on the field, the greater the chances of injury. And if he goes down, who's the next man up? Vivas, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
But Vivas has got a big loop in his swing. I don't think that he's adjusted it. And major league pitchers were throwing fastballs up, and he couldn't catch up to them.
Yeah, let's see. Graham says the Twins do have interesting pieces, and also Castro is totally a utility player, both infield and outfield.
Graham, I don't know if you remember last year when the Yankees met up with the Twins and Castro was in the outfield playing center field. That dude had more errors and misplayed balls than you could shake a stick at. He is not an outfielder.
Yes, I kind of remember that, Ken. You're right. Kind of remember that.
Yeah, we've victimized Castro as a center fielder.
Yeah, he was a little out there, no question about it. But he's a pretty good infielder. He's a pretty good third baseman.
He has infield versatility. He's third base, second base.
Yeah, no, he is. So that's a good thing. He did Ken, but an option at least. But it's an option at least.
Yeah, without a doubt, Graham.
So will you be surprised if Dominguez isn't leading off today?
Montas? Nah, he'll probably lead off today.
Yeah, I believe that. Obviously he's got to play every day. Although they might go Grissom first because he's back in the lineup, and they might bring the Dominguez down. If they can't see that Dominguez is better, come on.
Graham, Correa is an interesting player. However, the fact that he's getting paid $37 million a year, and with his player options, that deal could turn into 8 years of Correa. No, thank you.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not taking that contract. No way. Um, who's the guy on Detroit? He was the Mets starting shortstop, and then he went to Detroit. He's had like 3 miserable years, but this year he's a Player of the Year contribution. Baez.
Baez, that he was
Too
the
bad
Cub.
we didn't buy low on him. That would have been a steal this year. Hey neighbors, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We need to make a run for the best players again. Yankee ball and trademark grade A, best in the business. We can't settle for these amateur farm players. We can't settle for guys who are injured. Okay, good observation. I like that. Who can we honestly get? You want to get O'Neill from the Cincinnati Reds, and we'll have our hands full with that. I don't know. I at this point, can the Yankees get something better than they have right now at the budget that they want to spend? That's the problem. Or can Hal be talked into? Hal, listen, we got to do what we got to do. Money's money, but right now you want us to have the best team, the best way to get into the playoffs and maybe the World Series. We're going to have to spend. They're going to have to go over the threshold unless they just, they're happy with this, just making the playoffs. And then whatever happens, some luck, and they keep moving up. But can you really see this team right now beating Detroit? No, I don't. Do you see them beating Toronto? I don't. I mean, come on. It's just not there right now. It's not there. I don't even know if I see them beating anybody right now because they can't win a game. So we have to get it all together first. And when are some of these injured players? We don't even know how many of them are going to come back for this year. I mean, Yale's coming back. We know that. I don't know about anybody else anymore. I am totally confused. They're not saying anything about Clark Smith. They're not, are we going with Stroman? Is he just in there as a trade piece? Are they going to bring up Cam from the minors? What is Yarborough? It's another one. We need him. When is he coming back? And they already took a step backwards, right?
Late August for Yarborough.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And Nib says, let's see. Torres maybe was the difference maker if we kept him. We didn't go for Springer. Pitching has been the biggest WTF. So I don't know. Again, we could pounce it as much as we can. It all depends what Cashman will be able to play with. He's going to be given a budget or whatever he's going to be given for the trade deadline and said, work with that, Cash, unless it makes such unbelievable sense that we can do it. Joseph says that Goldie's going into what happened to him last year. He can't hit the fastball anymore. And that's what happened to him last year, and he had a terrible first half of the season. Graham, Torres is typically a typical change of scenery player. Yeah, I agree with that. You have to agree with that. He wasn't going to stay with the Yankees. The Yankees had it with that. They had it with that. So, but very productive questions. Really, really, thank you guys. What I'd like to see is we only had one answer for Rendon, and who do you think? How long do you think he's going to pitch? And also, who's the hitting star of the game today? That I would love to hear.
Well, we could save that for the pregame.
Right, but I'm just saying, at least, a little bit. I think it was. I don't know if it was Merck. It was somebody that said it way back in the stream, or somebody said at least go all 9 innings. Can he do that? I don't think the Yankees will allow him to do that. So that's going to be something else to consider. So
And one of the keys is going to be controlling Soto. The way you do that is throw fastballs up and in above his hands. He can't handle the pitch, and that's where the hole in his swing is at.
I think Rendon will have that under control. Hopefully. Let's read a few more. Dietrich, I'm afraid that all the good solutions on the trade market are going to cost us a king's ransom. Yep, you got to give something to get something. There's no question about that. Especially it's the New York Yankees. They're gonna rake us for everything we got, and you know that.
I don't necessarily agree with that. If you look at players with expiring contracts, I don't think they will cost a king's ransom.
Well,
there is a team that can be put together from the free agent market, but what we need first is to figure out exactly who the heck are sellers and navigate from that point on.
Yep. No, agree. Carlos will be fine. Carlos will be fine if he can hold his emotions. Yep. Zet Lugo has been talked about lately. Would you welcome him?
As what? A bullpen arm? A starter?
Or starter? What do you think?
Well, if he's a bullpen guy, he's not the leverage arm that you need. He's not your 8-9, 7-8-9. Uh, 99. If the Yankees did that, they would burn the house down. But the long and short, the Angels are building their team around Zach Neto, and he's not. I seriously doubt that they would ever trade it.
What about how about this one? Volpe and Lombard for Zach Neto.
That's what I was just talking. That's what I was just talking about.
Would you do? Did you say you would do it or not? I wouldn't do it.
No,
there's no way I would do that. Carlos would be fine if he limits the walks and only gives up an occasional single home run. That's another thing what the Yankees are doing. They're hitting the home runs, but there's very rare do they have somebody. Yesterday was a 2-run homer, but a lot of their home runs are singles, single home runs. The Mets get a double home run, 2 of them yesterday, and the Yankees are just hitting solo home runs. I mean, just everything not going the Yankees' way right now. Nothing. Stop getting excited for people who never did it in the MLB level. Well, right now, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying too much 99 because Lombard's got to master AAA. I mean, he's a unbelievable glove man. Cannot take that away from him. He's awesome. He's not hitting.
I mean,
so they're not going to bring him up.
Honestly, you're not going to see Lombard Jr. in the major leagues till probably 28.
Wow. People are not going to be happy with that statement.
Well, according to his projection chart reads Major League 2027. But we're not going to have a 2027 season because we're going to be either locked out or on strike.
That's a good point. Not giving up on Spencer Jones. No, we can't. Spencer Jones keeps getting better. He's changed his stance a little bit, and it's been working. And Lombard is the gold. You can't. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, we really have to be blown away to get rid of those 2 guys, or at least one of them. Really blown away. And and I know people fantasizing in Pittsburgh for schemes and all that. That's not going to happen now, guys. That's not going to happen. That's the one ticket the Pirates have, and they're not going to do that. 99, Spencer Jones, Rice, and Dominguez. You would trade all of them? What do you? First of all, I don't think. I don't know. Don't think
No,
you're going to get as much.
he's saying that those are the future of the team.
Oh, the future. Okay. I don't know, Graham. I'd say Rice may well be on the move. Oh, that's possible, because you got to make a decision about, Rice, Goldie, and Giancarlo Stanton, because you can't have them all in the same lineup. And right now, basically, they're all starting players.
The decision point is going to be Grisham. What happens with Grisham is going to tell you what they're going to do in the offs or in the at the trade deadline.
Yeah, no, I agree. Real Bill says, I'm sick of runners at first and second, no outs. Runners first and third, no outs. Runners second and third, no outs. And absolutely nothing to show for it. I'm just saying that. No, you don't have to just say it. It's true.
Real Bill, I love it when the Yankees do that, because on my play-by-play, you can hear my personal narrative on the situation.
Well, Bender was sent to the minors. Maybe him coming back up, he's doing a better job. But he was actually sent to the minors. Kelly and Pitts are having good years, but Bender, remember, he scares me. He may be one that's going to come here and he's going to drop. That scares me. You mean Keller? I think that's who you mean, not Kelly. Keller's a pretty good pitcher. He beats the Mets a lot, that's for sure. Who couldn't get a hit off of Stroman? Well, I think he pitched pretty decent. 99. He did what he had to do. I mean, to keep us in the game. He didn't embarrass us at all. We're good at getting guys on base, but not getting them in, which is a very huge problem. Yes, Evan, you're 100% right. 100% right. Ken's blood pressure goes sky high when they leave ducks on the pond. Yeah, I think the top of his forehead gets really, really, really red. And he's steaming. Right, Ken?
Yeah, that would be a first sign indicator.
Every closer that's available and decent, the Phillies and the Mets will look seriously at. Well, you could throw the Yankees in there too, Graham. I
have the sneaking suspicion that the Phillies are going to end up with Felix Bautista from the Orioles. They seem to be compatible with what the Phillies have coming up as far as prospects. And since the Phillies lost their closer to the PED hit, and he won't be eligible for postseason play, they're going to have to go for a real high leverage arm, and they will overpay for him.
Well, 99 says, 2 weeks ago I wanted to trade Dominguez. Now, no way at all. So, yeah, listen, all Dominguez needed was a lot of at-bats. This thing with saying he'll get his time and he'll get his turn, that's not what they brought him here for. They brought him here, they kept him here to play and be the star that he might be, and he could be, and he is. You got to play the man. You have no choice. You have to play him. He's electric.
Right side Dominguez can get DFA. What exactly does that mean? I'm not sure what that means.
Right side Dominguez. In other words, if he only batted right-handed, you'd get rid of him. That's what it seems to me. Rob says, sell Williams if the market overpays. Are you comfortable with Weaver right now? I'm not. And now the narrative changed. I trust Williams more right now. There is something going on with Weaver. Either he's back to the way he was before he became a Yankee, or there's something more going on that we don't know about. That's the problem. And what do you mean sell Williams? Absolutely not. No way. How has Volpe been here for 3 years and doing squat, but halfway in Dominguez looks like a star? How do you figure that? This is exactly what I'm talking about, how fans love Weaver but hate Williams. I mean, he just had a bad month of April, guys. I mean, go slow on him. I mean, he's a very, very good closer. And right now you got to be cheering him because we have nobody else. We need for him to come in the clutch and pitch. We have no choice. We really don't have a choice.
Well, Graham, I think that Will Warren has something to do with part of that 5-game losing streak.
Oh, yeah. No question about that. No question about that. Well, we are getting close to an hour and a half on the stream, guys. I want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you for your great questions, for staying on the stream. Really, really appreciate it. Final thoughts, Ken, before we get going and wait for the pregame show?
Well, hopes and prayers that we break this 5-game losing skid. Would like to see something on the front with regard to bullpen relief, whether it be somebody from the farm or via the trade. I think there are a few assets that are out there that can be traded for, if we're willing to pull the trigger or not. I think if we get the jump on the market, we could patch this up.
Okay. Well, I want to thank again everybody in the stream, and please come back to us at 2:00 for our post-game show. Not sure if hopefully the lineups will come out soon after that, and we'll have that on NY Yankee Mania. On if you do check in, you will see a short on that later on, and then from there we're going to go to Ken the Ugly Truths channel as he does the play-by-play, and then everybody come back after a nice afternoon of relaxation. Hopefully the Yankees win, and we'll come back and we'll dissect the game and talk about what you guys would like to talk about at 8 p.m. So there's a lot more to do this today. Enjoy your Saturday morning, everyone. Have you finished your breakfast? Go out with the family. Do whatever you do that you want to enjoy. And by all means, of course, as I always say, love to everyone. God bless you all, and God bless America. Thanks so much. As you go, please press the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. See you at 2 p.m., everyone. Thank you. Have a great day.